Hey guys, today we're meeting up with Daniel, the owner of Misfit Toys, and I'm actually headed right there right now. I'm really excited about this episode because I've been shopping with them for like the past 5 years, but I didn't actually get to meet the guy until this year just because the content that I'm creating now is very relatable. And yeah, I'm super excited. I will be dropping the address right here, and you guys should definitely check it out if you guys are into collectibles.
Morning, Houston. I'm Daniel. Welcome to Misfit Toys. What's up, everybody? My name is Daniel. I'm the owner of Misfit Toys. We're located at 3511 Houston Avenue. This is our biggest store. We have a couple of locations, and what we sell here is toys. Vintage toys, modern toys, action figures, dolls, posters, t-shirts, you name it, we got it all. But we have a high emphasis on horror movie toys, and we have the biggest Transformer selection in the entire city. So come on by, let's have a look. Very ambitious expansion happening very soon where we're gonna add 2,500 square feet of just space for Transformers. Right over here we have a nice little anime section. We also have a really nice Godzilla selection. That's unfortunately one of the toy lines that I cannot keep in stock. And this is what I call top shelf back here. The top shelf, when you go get that good margarita, that good, the good scotch, it's all top shelf. Well, right here, this is all top shelf. This is gonna be San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. They're gonna be New York Comic-Con exclusive, online exclusives, autographed stuff, graded toys, rare toys, kind of the pricier stuff and the more exotic stuff. We got a lot of stuff right now this month from the 90s. Lots of loose figures. We specialize in loose figures. Like typically we'll have 10,000 in the store going at all times. And I always like to keep about 500 comics on hand that we just give away to kids that, we want to spark interest in them to get into reading, to get into art. That's how I started pretty much all this. I would get comic books and I would just redraw some of the artwork, and I just got really good at drawing and making up stories. It was a lot of fun. Here's our big wall of loose figures. We got vintage G.I. Joes, modern Star Wars. There's over 2,000 of these right here. A little bit of everything. Over here's my Marvel selection. This gets wiped out pretty quickly. As you can kind of feel the theme in the store, we only play the hits here. So that basically means that you're gonna walk into a store like this, people are expecting to see He-Man, Skeletor, Cobra Commander, Shredder, the 4 Ninja Turtles, so we carry an excessive amount of the main characters, because that's really what people are always looking for. But we do have a lot of the lesser known characters. We just try really hard to make sure that there's always a Darth Vader, that there's always a Luke, that there's always some of the main players. Right here we got the Joker, we got Harley Quinn, the main player, always the main player. Lots of really nice statues. Those are some of the better pieces that I have in the store. What's up, guys? My name is Daniel. I'm the owner of Misfit Toys. And when it comes to owning a toy store, the biggest toy store in Houston, Texas, one would presume that I collect quite a bit of stuff, toys and whatnot. But what I actually like to collect is posters, movie posters, horror movie posters to be specific. I've been collecting Mondo and Mondo style posters, which are basically, Mondo's a descriptive word now. It's a company, but it describes anything that is a high art print or a high art poster, usually printed on heavy paper. They typically have a size of 24 by 36, a standard poster size. And at this current time, I think I own over 300 posters, 300 style Mondo posters, but I got all different sizes. Some are Subway posters, some are French posters, some are limited edition. I have some printed on wood, some printed on metal, but most of it's going to be limited runs on paper, and anything from your classics like Friday the 13th, Jason, Freddy, Jaws, all that good stuff. But what I like is the old school like 80s horror poster, or anything 80s horror movies. And that's my one true passion that I collect right now. I'm only at about 300 posters. I'm looking to maybe add another 300. I just bought a new house. It's a giant house, 3 stories. So I'll be adding a lot more posters as soon as I get done with this interview. One of my most expensive art posters right here is by an artist named Graham Humphreys for a movie called In the Mouth of Madness. This is a John Carpenter directed movie, and if you don't know who that is, this is a guy who directed Halloween, The Invisible Man, a couple other really great movies. He did vampires, a lot of mainstream stuff in the 80s like The Fog. This movie, unfortunately, did not hit, was not fire at the time because it was going up against a lot of movies that were like action movies. And this definitely was his opus. I think like the one movie that I think was his best movie of all time was In the Mouth of Madness. The reason this poster is so expensive is because when they make these prints, they make a very limited run. They only made 50 of these, and this is number 10 of 50. So when I was able to snatch this up, as well as a couple of other Graham Humphreys from this one guy, there's a lot of like poster groups online on Facebook and stuff like that. I just reached out to this dude and I was like, name your price, I want all of them. It's a deeply disturbing movie about the end of the world. It's his final act in his trilogy of the apocalypse. So I absolutely love the artwork on this. I can look at it for an hour like it's brand new still. So we've got here is an actual Mondo print from the company Mondo. For the movie Alien. And this one is real special to me because once I got into collecting Tyler Stout posters, this was one of those, at the time I started collecting this, maybe his stuff was 5 years ago. This sucker was very pricey. This is the red variant. This is number 119 out of 510 prints. So it's a relatively low number for the huge count that they had. Tyler Stout's artwork is really phenomenal. It has a real retro look where there's a lot going on in the poster. You got the alien, from a distance you can see like the alien face, but as you get closer, you see scenes from the movie that only like somebody who has an intimate knowledge and has really good memory for detail will find, oh, like there's the engineer, there's the astronauts, there's the face huggers, there's one of the portals to get into different parts of the ship, there's some of the planet, there's the egg. So there's all these Easter eggs hidden in there. And there's just something incredibly stunning about the simplicity of this artwork. It's extremely dark to me. I look at it and I feel like certainly this presence of darkness and impending danger, anxiety. This red that he went with for this particular poster is not this like bright bubblegum red. It's almost the color of blood. So there's a lot of like, right away you feel like horror and impending danger. It's really an intense feeling because when I look at an art poster like this, I see the alien skull and you remember where you were. This movie came out in 79, I believe. Was it 77? No, 79. And you know, I didn't get to see it until I was like maybe 10 or something. But the first time I saw that alien, I was starstruck. It's all about this intense, you know, fear of the unknown, the fear of outer space, the fear of darkness, you know, being lost and trapped. All of that culminates into this poster and I just love it. We got a representation here of another Graham Humphreys poster from the movie Evil Dead 2. This is Sam Raimi's most interesting movie to me because what he did is Evil Dead on a shoestring budget. I mean, he did like most of it in a gymnasium and some old cabin out in the woods, and part 2 is really a remake of part 1 with a little bit more money. Not a lot, but a little bit. But Sam Raimi's work is so appreciated in this movie that they let him direct Spider-Man later on. He really moved up big time in his career after the Evil Dead movies. After part 2, they went on to do this kind of funny movie called Army of Darkness, which is a phenomenal movie. It ends the trilogy really well, but part 2 is straight up evil. It has everything: possession, severed parts, decapitation, talking animal heads, everything from different portals, black holes, trees are coming out of the ground trying to kill you, eerie music, the sun turning to night within seconds, you know, lots of monsters, a lot of demonic possession. And I'm such a fan of the movie that when I could find out as I got older about documentaries, old reels, I find out that Sam Raimi's brother Ted actually played Henrietta. He wore this suit, and the suit was all latex, this huge bodysuit that they would basically put him, they would cover him in baby powder so he could slip into the latex. And by the end of the shoot, they would turn one of the boots over and I would pour out about a gallon of sweat that was like the color of milk, because all that powder, you know, just turned liquefied into a milky, gooey, nasty substance. That's probably the grossest part of the movie, just knowing that kind of stuff. But it's an eternal favorite. Props to Sam Raimi. He's right up there with Carpenter and all the other great directors, horror directors. So my tip to you is, if you're gonna get into collecting, don't, just like I did, take off and just start buying everything you can. Find places like my store, Misfit Toys, that are gonna have knowledgeable people that tell you, you know, if you hold up, say, DC Batman from McFarlane, hey man, is this gonna be worth a lot of money one day? I'm gonna tell you, absolutely not. 2 decades will go by before this thing maybe doubles in price, triples in price. Right now, there's a saturated market on any new toys because there's so much information out there. You're looking on the internet, you're looking on your phone, there's all these big chains and they have all these toys, but mostly people get their toys online. The real people, the real collectors that need to hold something tangible in their hands will go into the store, they'll inspect the box, they'll talk to the salesman, see what's hot, see what's new. But when it comes to old stuff, say toys from the 80s, toys from the 90s, even the early 2000s, some of those things are almost unattainable. If you want it, somebody else wants it, and they probably have more money than you. So a lot of the times when it's something special, something rare, sure, don't hesitate, get what you want, but be real careful when you're, say, buying at a local toy show, somewhere where there's not everybody's an expert. They're not going to be able to maybe tell you this is a knockoff, this is counterfeited, this is broken, this is missing things. That's where your expertise working in a store like this, in Bedrock, and Third Planet, and Nan's, all our big local stores, there's going to be somebody there who's qualified to tell you you're making a good purchase, you're not overpaying. We also know how money's tight up there, so we, you know, shops like mine do layaway, and that's also helpful. It's like, man, I really want this toy, I don't have enough money, that kind of thing, where you might be put into an impulsive buying situation somewhere else, and you buy something and you get it home. Just recently, I was in San Antonio for a toy show, and I stopped in a parking lot, and I met a guy to buy a guitar. He assured me it was an original style guitar, you know, LP guitar that I wanted, and it turned out it was a knockoff, and I was devastated because I paid half of what it was worth. I thought I got a good deal, now the guitar wasn't worth half of the half. So it's just something to be careful about when you get into collecting. Don't go buying Funko Pops thinking, I paid $50 for the Funko Pop, it's gonna be worth $300 in a year. Things are very, very, very cyclical in this business. Today, Funko Pops are hot. Today, Pokemon cards are hot. I said that on purpose, but tomorrow they won't be. So we keep up with the trends. Part of my 80-hour work week here, 40% of that is research, just stop learning and learning and learning new things. What's hot, what's not, what's going out, what's coming in, what actor just got caught having an affair, he's no longer with the studio, or what actor just left his role over here, what new preview, what new trailer just dropped that's gonna make the Batman toys more popular, Spider-Man toys more popular. By the way, Spider-Man is eternally popular, so that's one thing you don't have to worry about if you invest in Spider-Man. So just be careful out there. Come talk to the experts if you want to get into this amazing hobby. I've been into this for 45 years, and I plan to keep going strong and pass it to my kids when it's all over.
I really like these. Oh,